Good morning, my name is Kauai Fitt and I'm a realtor here in Anchorage, Alaska. Today we're talking about the 5 things of what not to do when you're seriously considering buying a house. There are 5 parts to this series, and today we're only going to talk about the first one actually. And all 5 parts are equally important. So part 1 is not more important than part 2, which is not more important than part 3. They're all equally important. So please don't just listen to number 1 and think that you've got it under control. They're all lender requirements. And so the best thing to do without risking too much is to just do all 5. Okay? Then once you're done with the transaction, you can do whatever you want. Be smart about it, but you can do whatever you want. Okay. So for number 1, I'm going to set up the example. You've done everything perfectly so far. You went to a lender, which is your first step to buying a house, and you said, hey lender, you gave them a whole bunch of information and you said, how much of a house can I afford? And the lender came back saying, you can afford $300,000 worth of a house. That's the loan that we could give you. And you said, okay, exciting, I'm gonna go shopping. So you go, you find a house and it's perfect. You don't wanna BS the seller. You are ready to buy it. You think it's worth 300 grand, so you're gonna give an offer of 300 grand. You're gonna get it under contract so nobody else can get it. And you already have the pre-qualified letter from the lender saying that you pre-qualify for 300 grand. So great, you submit the offer. Your realtor says, hey, it was accepted, congratulations. And so you guys already scheduled the home inspection and you're under contract. So you're gonna buy this house. Really exciting. One of the first things that the lender really wants to make sure is that you can actually afford this house. So that meaning that you have some kind of money somewhere that will be able to make the payments towards this mortgage, right? Yes, 300 grand is a lot of money, and they're gonna look through your savings account and your checking account, and most people don't have 300 grand in their savings account just sitting there. So the bank is also, or the lender is gonna ask you, hey, what's your income like? We want to see your employment and your history. So they really like steadiness. They really like secureness. They really like to see that you have not been moving around from job to job. They really like seeing a steady paycheck from the same employer for quite a while. And I'm not saying that, you've worked in 3 different places over 5 years and they're not going to give you a loan. But I'm saying that they really like to see secure steadiness. So what I'm asking you to do is please do not change jobs once you're under contract or when you're in the middle of a transaction. If you've already had an offer submit for the perfect house that you want to buy, and then you say, okay, great, we're going to close at the end of November. Oh, and by the way, lender, I just got a job offer and I start middle of November. Isn't that exciting? The lender's gonna say, wait, time out, not so sure about this. And red flags will pop up everywhere and they'll get really scared. Because you can show them as many pay stubs as you want from your history, but they're gonna say, that's great, it shows that you're a hard worker and you've been working there for X amount of months and you're getting this amount of money paycheck-wise every month. But when you start a new job, yes, the employer can say they're going to pay you this much money and they can say that you're going to start on this date, but that's in the future and we can't just give you money just because somebody said they're going to give you this much money per month and we should just accept that. So be careful. I have had, after saying all this, I have had a client who actually did change jobs in the middle of a transaction, but he was lucky. His wife had a very consistent job that she had been with for years. So it can work, but the lender really had to pull strings and massage that, to a crazy extent. So please, I beg of you, do not change jobs. Not a good idea, at least not in the middle of the transaction. After the transaction, once you've closed, once all the documents and everything, once the property is deeded into your name, then you can do whatever you want. But please, don't try to change jobs in the middle of your transaction. It could delay the process. It could kill the transaction. It's very, very risky. All right, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel And also look for number 2 of what not to do when you're serious about buying a house. All right, thanks.